position, and that might be one thing that we can expect from Bedel as well.
But on screen right now, this is Malvinas Gaming. You have Sing, Harley, and Quinn, Adrian, the boy wonder, and Steffi. I've seen Steffi play, man. Steffi is everywhere. The kind of roam game that this guy plays is like, you can say the same for their draft, but he reminds me of Southeast Asian roamers.
Yeah, that's very interesting. Southeast Asian roamers, as we all know. Keyboy, we got Venus as well now, right? All these crazy players from the Southeast Asian region, the roamers to be exact, to be, you know, on point right there. Steffe, yeah, I do agree with you. He does kind of looks, he has glimpses of that Southeast Asian playstyle.
More of the aggressive flavor. I've seen him just go into the jungle, not care if he steals the buff or how much seconds the opposing jungler is delayed. But yeah, those are some keys to watch out for, as well as the mid couple, or the duo of Harley and Quinn. But now, on screen, we have Bedel, Paranoid coming in through mid, Alien, Yunshi, Faraway now playing in the jungle, and Asmo.
Yeah, so this is interesting because now we have Asmo as their roamers. And then Faraway playing in the jungle. Again, we were talking about how the teams are hyping up Faraway when it comes to, like, when you bring up Bedel, always Faraway is the player that they bring up. Now, what really is interesting here is how are they going to use Paranoid this time, right? Because here's the thing with Bedel. When we asked their team, they're facing a lot of problems when they went here at Singapore because of some of the, you know what happened. You know what happened. I mean, I think that it's a topic that we should not be talking much about, but it is still a topic that needs to be at least recognized. They are facing problems with their lineup because they had to adjust on the fly, and that is definitely what you don't want in the world stage.
Yeah, they had to roll with the punches.
Exactly.
And I'm glad that Paranoid is here to come help out. So Paranoid come into play from mid, moving far away into the jungle. Mirko, I gotta ask you, how drastic is that? What if a mid laner, an anchor mid laner, suddenly goes into the jungle? What might this look like in terms of gameplay for Bedel?
On paper, it looks bad, right? There's no good way, positive way to say it. It does look bad for the side of Bedel. Basically rotating their entire roster. They moved their mid laner to the jungle. They've moved their cold laners as well, if I am right here. But yeah, there's just so many roster changes for the side of Bedel because of those issues, and that's why I'm really curious to see how they're going to perform here, especially against Malvinas, right? Both of them really raw. Both of them don't really know each other they don't really know each other, and that's what we're gonna have to see. Paranoid coming in to step up for Kazoo, that unfortunately was unable to make it here to the M3 World Championships. But there you go. We have the coach for Malvinas, Santiago. We haven't seen a lot from the drafts just yet, but man, Malvinas, like you said, they're no stranger to going against opposition, right? To facing opposition. And this man has been the core of it, in the background, doing all the homework, getting all the right picks for his team to be able to utilize that power.
A little bit of trivia. Santiago, when you translate it roughly into English, equals James. Ooh. So they have their own coach, James. I looked it up. It was something I heard as a child. Because
fun fact.
Yeah, no, because Spanish is close to the Filipino, right? So the same translations happen. So Latin America, they have their own coach, James. Coach Santiago.
I'm pretty sure that there is a person named James Santiago.
James Santiago. So it's James.
Yeah.
It's
going to be crazy. One thing I do know about Malvinas is that their play style is almost the same with their quote-unquote neighbors. So you see a lot of Lunax, see a lot of Aldous, and a lot of slow play from their part.
Yep, but for now, we would like to go ahead and say thank you to Singtel, our official network partner. Unlock extra response, ultra responsive gaming with 2 times lower latency and get the edge you need while gaming on the go with Singtel 5G, SG's most powerful 5G network. In our downtime here at M3 and even all the way back in the hotel, Singtel's got us covered.
That's what we've been using to play our ranked games, man. That's why we've been winning so much here. Singtel 5G. But yes, now back to the game, back to the teams. Paranoid. This man, we spoke a lot about Faraway, about Adrian, but I am most interested to see Paranoid as a replacement coming in here to the world stage. What will it, what impact will he have on the team, right? Especially as a mid laner, a core member. Like we've seen in the Blacklist game, we know that the mid laner and the roamer.
Between those two players,
Standard. I'm seeing
and the
early game, whoever wins that early game, well, Amon, this is going to be one of the heroes that
are now in the draft. Malvinas
right now, or do you think that Bedel and Malvinas, they're just going to go stomp each other out, go for the early game? Whoever wins that early game will get the victory because, again, like you mentioned, we don't really know what their strengths are. That goes for the coaches as well. They haven't done a lot of homework for any of these teams, so I'm just really excited to see what happens and, maybe some thoughts on that.
slower fast, Wolf, slower fast.
very
slower,
slow.
fast.
Very slow.
yeah.
Okay, well, if that's the case, I'm glad that we have made haste and are now in the draft. Malvinas on the play, Bedel answering back. There goes the Popoling Koopa, which is an Asmo special.
Yeah, all right. Popo and Koopa already banned away from the side of Malvinas Gaming. Bedel taking away Matilda right here. But it is going to be the Amon, right? I mentioned this earlier as well. Amon. This is going to be one of the heroes that might be prio, might be pick or ban here in the M3 World Championship. But in the first game, we didn't see Amon picked or banned at all. This time, though, Malvinas, they might not like going against this hero, going instantly for the ban.
Totally snubbed game one, if I remember correctly. But the case is, I'm just making an assumption here. Maybe if Amon were part of this formula, it could be the outlier. It could be what speeds up the game because we are expecting a slow game. Both teams would want to have their cores farm up. But if there was an Amon, if there was a Hayabusa, a foot, just assassin shenanigans, it'll totally wreck the other team's strategy. So I get it. I understand what they're doing here.
Big plus, big question mark here is the Popo and Koopa. I guess the way that this works is that this is a special for Bedel, and I think that Leo answered that perfectly well. Makes me wonder what if the Popo and Koopa was even a choice for the other teams now. And the straight up answer is yes. And I've been asking a lot of teams out there.
Among the planes,
they were saying
your
how Popo
team
and Koopa
is
can be
banning.
instrumental in the gold lane with a weapon master, the meta game that we have right now. But we did not see it in the first game. We will not see it again in the second game. Perhaps as the games progress, we'll see this pick up. For now, though, the remaining choices are Ling. The Paquito is open. Farsa is also open for both teams. And I think that the Ling, just looking at the bans of Bedel, I think the Ling is their second choice.
But no,
it's
it's actually
Estes.
going to be the Estes
Oh my
here
goodness.
for the side of Bedel, going and finishing up, wrapping up their banning phase. It is going to be Malvinas now with the first pick. Like you mentioned just now, it is going to be the Paquito, Yisun Shin, maybe even Farsa opened up for Malvinas. What do they want to go for right now? Perhaps, I believe Yisun Shin is a very good first pick, but
Yeah,
it is also very easily countered.
Exactly. I mean, I think it's a toss-up between Paquito and Ling here for Malvinas. What I do like about Paquito is that it can fit in any composition. It can be played as a jungle, can be played as the XP lane, sometimes can be played in the gold lane, and will not be surprised if it was a position 4 in the mid lane, actually. That means that Yisun Shin is the choice.
Yeah, no. Say what you will about it being easily countered or scaling out, but it's hard to beat Mountain Shocker when it matters.
True,
Oh my
exactly. The
goodness.
utility that Yisun Shin provides, not just the damage, not just the farming, but also that utility. But instantly the answer for the side of
Your
Bedel,
team
the
is
Clint
picking.
and the Farsa, both of the double S tier heroes in Wolf's tier list will come out here for the side of Bedel, and that is a scary combination, man.
Scary
So much
combination.
firepower.
Exactly.
The reach is there. All right, so just looking at the laning stage, there's so much long distance firepower from Bedel already, so much poke, and they're not even kidding with the damage output. This is very strong. It's great versus the Yisun Shin, and Clint can also win almost any matchup in the gold lane. Now, Malvinas, I do love this Selena pick.
Oh yeah.
It is great for vision. Imagine like landing an arrow, then the Mountain Shocker will be there for the follow-up so that they can easily finish the kill and commit to the team fights. And there's the
Your team
Rafaela.
is picking.
See the YSS Rafaela combo. So far, we've seen it before.
It's
Your
so good.
team
It's
is
so
banning.
good. Malvinas, again, we talked about how their draft is layered, and now we're seeing it in action right now. They can just have so many wombo combos in just these first three. In just these first three, they own the map.
I really like the compositions for both of the teams. I really like the heroes that they're going for. Again, let's speak a little bit about Malvinas, right? They have the late game hero, they have that Yi Sun-shin, right? But they also layer it with the Selena, with that good pick, and the synergy with the Mountain Shocker and the traps to open up the map. So they will have a lot of map control. But on the other side though, if you get into a skirmish or a team fight, that is a scary composition for the side of Bedel. They have a lot of firepower like Leo
Your
Kun.
team is
And
banning.
now it's going to be the Paquito banned away from the side of Bedel, taking it away from Malvinas.
For the longest time, this last pick on the side of Bedel, the Yu Zhong was the natural predator of the Yu Sun-shin. But based on recent performances, sometimes the Yu Sun-shin can just completely dodge him. So we're gonna see here how
Your
Bedel
team is
uses
banning.
their firepower, again, almost literally with the dragon here, the black dragon in Yu Zhong. Taking out more assassins. Okay, how about it? Let's just get rid of all of them. The Ling, no one's diving us.
Yep, which is great because you want to go for a marksman lineup for MVG. I mean, your composition is mainly based on this Yi Sun-shin, which is the natural marksman. Maybe they'll get another gold laner in a marksman role because that's the only way that you can counter this Clint. I'm looking at the other heroes that can be available in the pool. We're only looking at mages like Lilia on the gold lane for MVG or maybe a Brody. But that is counterproductive because those two
Your
heroes that I
team is
mentioned
banning.
either might be banned out or will be countered by the Yu Zhong. Yeah, like I said, Brody is the only choice here for MVG in the marksman role to kind of lane against this Clint, but it wasn't. It was already banned out. So what do you go now if you're MVG? I think your destination is a gold lane, is a mage gold lane.
Lunox looking yummy
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah, the Lunox can come through, but also maybe even a fighter in the gold lane, you know, providing them a more of the front line, right? Because right now in their composition, they don't have a front liner.
A Lapu Lapu in the gold lane would be
Exactly.
great. That would like give Bedel less incentive to try and dive the Yu Sun-shin because there's someone from the back just looking to assassinate the Farsa. And that's just the relationship that these two heroes have. It's just, if there's a Lapu Lapu, he's gonna hunt down the Farsa.
Your team
There you
is
go,
picking.
Kufra getting picked up for the side of Bedel. They really want to go for these hard engages, man. They really want to go for these crazy skirmishes now. With that Kufra locked up, they have Kufra and Yu Zhong. Insane engage here for the side of the Turkish representatives. But now back again to Malvinas Wolf.
Yeah, I think you go Lunox or Lilia for your gold lane, or maybe somewhere along the lines of Lapu Lapu, like you mentioned. Although Lapu Lapu will be great in the XP lane for Malvinas. The only choice that they have right now will be Lapu Lapu, Esmeralda, or maybe even the Tams. The Tams might not be the case. They also need that team fight tool. Maybe a Phobius could be a choice now for Malvinas.
They need something else that deals more damage. So it's one sustain, one damage. And there it is, it's exactly
Your
that!
team is
There you go.
The glue gonna try to catch the Clint or the Farsa, and then you have Beatrix who has just recently been unlocked. Beatrix for the longest time had issues being used in competitive play, but now, mind you, ladies and gentlemen, it's only Valentina who's not allowed, so I'm so happy to see the pink-haired menace.
I agree, man. It's been too long, honestly, since we've seen this Beatrix on the stage, but now finally we are going to see the Beatrix and the glue as well. So they have covered that front line that they needed, right? They didn't have the front line now taken away, and there you go. As we have mentioned many times before as well, Roger has been the heroes after a new patch that has gone basically skyrocket to the top here. Maybe even a pick or ban. We spoke about it in the behind the scenes, right? But now it is going to be the pickup for the side of Bedel. Full, hard engage fights, that's what they want to do. And for the side of Malvinas, they might want to go for a little bit more pick.
But for the longest time, Beatrix is considered to not win against Clint. But most of the gold laners nowadays, they go for a sniper on that Beatrix. Renner, when used in the laning stage against the Clint, is arguably better at poking and laning against Clint. This is interesting choice for the side of Bedel, of Malvinas, I mean. Because they also picked up the glue,
5 seconds
which
till the enemy reaches
I want to
the
say I
battlefield.
don't like against the Yu
Smash
Zhong.
them.
Yu Zhong can just destroy the split. What do you call it? The glue
Welcome
link?
to Mobile Legends.
We'll call it glue links. But yeah, he's just gonna eat it up. Plus, Yuzhong is gonna be perfect against this 2 marksman setup for the side of Malvinas. So I don't want to say it. I hate to say it, but Bedel is gonna have a better time.
There you go, but are you guys ready to get into the second match? Because we have entered the Land of Dawn. So far, Bedel just going for the normal routes right now. Not really going for any aggressive plays just yet, but there is already a pause call right now. Little Wanderer will be taken away by Bedel for now. Pause call has been put out of there, but it's going to be Alien actually dodging away, getting in with the Petrify. Steffi still able to flicker out of that as the Abyssal Arrow will be able to connect. The Flame Shot, though, will be able to snipe down Steffi, and that's going to be another First Blood go into the hands of the red team.
Razor brought to y'all. Interestingly enough, it's already happening. Wolf said it's going to be Bedel who's having a great time. And yes, of course, they get their purple buff. They go straight into the Little Wanderer.
Yeah.
And this kind of equalizes the vision and map presence game that Malvinas brought in.
Yeah.
Now, I'm wondering, in that gold lane matchup, you did say that if you go with Renner on Beatrix, you kind of answer Clint. You kind of say, okay, we're going to play on the same
Playing field again.
yeah, on the same plane now, because that turns Beatrix into another spell casting type marksman.
Yeah, that's right. And also the Pope is going to be there. I'm not entirely sure if the Rafaela already parked himself up top, which means the laning matchup will be even better for the side of Malvinas. What I do like about the choice here for Bedel is that Clint is such a strong hero when you snowball. And if you're looking at the other heroes for Bedel, they really want to snowball by team fighting. Look at Yuzhong. When you see Yuzhong, you always say, oh, this will be a team fight. When you see Kufra, okay, this is a team fighting team. When you see Farsa, that's also the truth. So everyone from Bedel wants to fight as soon as possible, and Clint will be the right option for the gold laner. That very strong damage in the early stages, good range at it even, so that they can, I would say, complement well with the initiations from Yuzhong and Kufra. This is a lineup that when Yuzhong or Kufra goes in, there will always be damage because both Farsa and Clint have good range anyways.
Absolutely. And you know, what I do want to put, again, out there for the side of Malvinas is they want to split up the map. They want to isolate their targets, their opponents here. Whereas, like you mentioned, Wolf, for the side of Bedel, they want to go for these crazy skirmishes, maybe even 5v5s, just the full team fights. Again, what Malvinas needs to do right now is isolate the members, play for the ganks, play for the trades in the early game, get a lead, and then play with that lead.
Which, luckily enough, they have the toolkit to do so.
Exactly.
They have full vision, they have the Selena, they also have Glue who can get out of the stickiest situations, all puns intended. I think it's really just the Beatrix that's really going to have trouble here. It's going to be very difficult for Adrian. Oh, wow, happy birthday again, young man. To survive a lethal encounter with, say, just even the Roger and the Farsa. Like, just those two, it's going to be very difficult for Beatrix to expend all of her resources to survive.
Absolutely. And that's the thing. It's going to be really, really hard for the side of Malvinas to try to split up the map. Because sure, they have the vision, they have the utility, they have the pick style, basically, of composition to do it. But the thing is, they don't have any strong side laners. Beatrix, sure, he's strong, but going against Clint, it's basically kind of equal, right? But on the other side, Yuzhong will be able to win out in most of the trades against Glue and maybe even get the better split push going.
Yep, and looks like they're about to meet here. Arrow mist coming from Harley. I gotta say, bottom lane, for the first 5 minutes, we can expect for that, except for turtle takes, of course, that'll be a deadlock. There's a sound I make when XP laners just bump into each other. Look, nothing's gonna happen here. They're just sustaining each other. It's like a dance-off. There's no true violence. It's just nothing.
Yeah, that's a fun way to put it right there. The Abyssal Arrow misses once again far away, trying to open up the map. As you can see, the Abyssal Arrows have been placed already from the side of Malvinas, trying to open up the map even more. But right now, Bedel, they do have the pressure, they do have the tempo to play for a first turtle that is going to be spawning right there. Brought to you by TikTok Live. Roger's going to start it up. It is going to be the Yuzhong already zoning away Steffi from the turtle, and it looks like it will be Bedel picking the turtle for nothing. No contest whatsoever. Malvinas just going and trying to lane properly.
Red
They
team
did
has
get the
slain
pressure in
the
the bottom
turtle.
side, so a little bit more pressure for their team to play with.
You see how good Bedel actually used their Yuzhong. They fast cleared the XP lane so quickly that Alien was already able to position himself in that pixel bush near the turtle. And right then and there, it was already checkmate. Bedel they have the positioning advantage. They have a little bit of gold advantage, and the team fight as well is perfect. They know the tools that they need to have. They put themselves in those spots wherein they will be able to checkmate their opponents. Such a perfect execution. That is why the turtle was cleanly taken by Bedel.
And this early on, I have to say, this early on, 3 minutes in, it doesn't even look like they lost their jungler.
Yep.
It looks like Bedel had a backup plan all this time. Like plans on plans on plans.
Yeah, they know everything that's going on the map, basically. They know where to rotate, and there you go. Again, they're already pressuring inside as the Feather Airstrike will be popped. Paranoid dodging away, and far away, he's going to go for the kill. It is going to be the flame shot, whiffing just for now, but Bedel, they've gone pressure in that top side, will be able to get that gold buff out of the way. And look, even the Yi Sun-shin is having trouble in his own jungle. This Kufra, this team, they're playing really, really well, and there you go. It's going to be Osmo going in for the China's Revenge, able to get the stun up, as that's going to be far away. Picking up the purple buff and looking for the kill. Oh,
fade away.
My goodness, nasty by far away.
Fade away takedown by Farway. They're gonna zone out Harley here. Paranoid with the feathered airstrike, and that's a lot of free hits on the energy shield.
Oh my god, taking down an outer turret and shield the mid lane so quickly. 3 minutes in. That's great. Definitely for Bedel.
Huge for Bedel right now, but it is going to be Alien jumping in. Split, nothing. It's just a dance-off for now. The Furious Dive will be able to ensure his safety, but Sing, he's going to go in for more. He's going to bring back, he's going to bring the Yuzhong back, and the damage will come through for the side of Malvinas. And there you go. It's going to be a kill picked off, and Malvinas have finally been able to isolate their targets right here. Second turtle already spawned by TikTok Live, as Bedel has just been munching on it.
It's so well timed for Bedel, I gotta say. Understood. They knew that Alien, his assignment was distract him so that we have a free turtle take, and Farway just goes. Farway wants to take down Steffi.
There you go, man. It's going to be Steffi running for the hills right now, but far away. He's going in. He's hungry for the damage, but it's going to be them. Oh, this play is coming in from Bedel, and that's going to be far away taken off. A little slight mistake, and instantly Malvinas capitalizes on it.
The hesitation. You saw there was a bit of hesitation in Farway, and it's the first time we've seen it in this 5-minute bout that Farway wasn't sure. I gotta say, this might be Malvinas' window.
You cannot hesitate if you're Roger. If you're Roger, you're a very all-in kind of hero. And if you smell blood, you just take it. You don't think twice, because any window, any split second that you hesitate, you see yourself making those mistakes. And that's exactly what happened with Bedel. Now, Yunchi is it's actually 2.4k compared to Adrian at 3.4k, so it's quite even in the gold lane department when it comes to the jungle, though it is clear that Farway has got more gold over Quinn, especially with the XP as well. And Bedel actually is leading now by 2,000. And look at that, Farway. Like we say, what's the kill?
Again, Lycan Pounce being used, but Zing with that split just so tanky. And instantly you can see the rotations coming in from Malvinas Gaming. They know how to play this draft. They're going and splitting up the map, already rotating to the top side, but Zing will be able to get out of a 2v1 play, canceling and clearing out the waves right now. As Farway actually will still be able to deal some damage, gets the Mountain Shocker off. No trades just yet for the side of Malvinas, as Bedel has picked up their second turret in this game.
In the 6-minute bout, I can tell that we're feeling the after effects of the changes on Selena. At any given time, there's only so few traps, and that's making this map for Bedel even more accessible, I might say. Because Malvinas, we see their kit. It should be that they're controlling where people go. They should say, Bedel, you can do this, you can go here. But Bedel currently, they're going around the map like they own the place.
Absolutely. Yeah, they're going around a place, they're going around the map like they own it, man. Malvinas, they haven't been able to do anything about it, right? Bedel, they've been the proactive team throughout this game so far in the 6th minute. Malvinas, they've just been trying to, respond to it. They go to the other side of the map, which is really good, but again, you're losing way more than you're trading here. And there you go, another engage coming in from Sing, trying to open up the map for his team, goes in for the split. It's going to be a lot of damage placed onto him, but Sing is still able to deal some damage onto Osmo. It might be him picked off right now, and there you go. It's going to be the pickup coming in from Sing, going in for the 1v3 play as the Holy Baptism connects onto 2, and the damage is going to be enough. Harley picks up 1, not enough for Faraway though, as the turnaround comes in, and Bedel picks up the kill, but Adrian, waiting in that bush in the purple buff, will be able to catch Faraway, and boom, bada bing, 5-3 in the scoreline.
Oh no! Marksman.
Blue team has
He's gonna
slain
let go.
the
He
turtle.
knows that he has to change his priorities. For the first time in a while, in that long exchange, Malvinas now coming out ahead. They've caught up to their net worth. They have taken a turtle for themselves. Sing has pushed top lane. It's looking great. We're going back and forth here, back and forth. It's too early to say that Bedel is completely in the lead. Let's see that last moment one more time.
I am pretty sure that this instant replay from Singapore to Zimbord will reveal that wonderful Holy Baptism. It was actually started by an arrow just flying around, and they were able to sustain themselves. Unfortunately, far away, he saved, will be keeping himself safe, but the Beatrix are actually hiding in that bush. And like Leo said, they have caught up. They were able to take the turtle, and they have cut the deficit into just maybe under 1,000 gold up until this point. They also got more kills now. But one thing that they need to fix is their turrets. Malvinas Gaming needs to take turrets now, and Bedel, they're taking over the map just because of the turrets that they were able to take.
Yeah, the pressure that Bedel has right now, just based on the 3 turrets that they have gotten, has been huge for them. Even though Malvinas have the kill lead, it hasn't been able to account to much in terms of objectives right now. They were able to secure the 3rd turtle of the game, but without turrets, you just simply don't have enough pressure to play around the map. So it is still going to be Bedel with the proactive movements on the map as Osmo goes in for the Tyrant's Revenge. Steffi's going to get caught very, very low, but another good Holy Baptism comes in. Yuchi will be able to finish him off, as that's going to be Harley as well, picked up 2-0.
Good, I'd say great, and they're still going!
Oh, they're still going, and there the damage coming in. Osmo still able to dash away as Zing goes in for the chase. Unfortunately, not able to do anything. The pressure fight comes in, and the combo wombo is there. Far away going in for some damage as Alien picks up the kill, and Bedel has just equalized in kills.
Faraway has found the way. He knows that I can no longer hesitate. You go in, you get the killing spree triggers, and you keep going.
Yeah.
You go, and it's soon enough that Bedel once more gets back into the driver's seat. Just like that.
It's crazy to think that Alien is actually a predator here, hiding and just bouncing around.
Yeah, but look at that. Zing actually going very aggressively, flickering to the backside. Paranoid still able to dash away with Wings by Wings as Far Away joins in the team fight. Still has the split by split. But Alien jumps in for the Furious there for the re-engage. Holy Baptism connects onto 1 as Amo goes in, and the damage will be enough from Adrian. Zing somehow still manages to survive that, and Malvinas Gaming, they've come out on top in the Lord Pit fight.
Oh, the arrow!
Oh, nope. Asmo's fine. Asmo's fine. Oh, the trap trigger almost. They have soft reset this Lord, but they're still here. Wolf, is this the right call? Should both teams still continue and try?
Definitely the right call for Malvinas, because they know that most of Bedel just went around. But the Lord has been reset, so this is no longer a fight that Malvinas should be fighting.
Yeah.
They spent so much.
Yeah.
They did. They spent so much. Both teams spent so much. But in the end, it's still Bedel coming out on top because of that pressure, because of the setup that they managed to do here. All of the side lanes were pushed down right before that team fight, right before that Lord. So even when Malvinas came out on top, they weren't able to capitalize on anything. And there you go. Bedel just restarts the Lord like nothing happened. But Osmo, he's waiting in that bush. He's going to go in. Tyrant's Rage connects onto Sing. Not any follow-up just yet, as they will just go and retreat for now.
This is the only way that Malvinas can start to dictate the pace. It has to be Sing who finds people, and then it has to be Steffi with the perfect Holy Baptism. That aside, Bedel being ahead by 1,000 gold doesn't mean much. It's more of the way that they're rotating. It's more of the way that they're picking out these fights, saying where Paranoid can draw the perimeter and who Alien and Asmo can catch. And then Faraway and Yunji just finish.
Yeah. And that was what we're sequencing from Malvinas. What they can do, what you always do against a team fight based composition, is just to force them to use their ultimates early on. And what we saw from the previous fight before they let go of the Lord is that the use of dragons already expended. And this is exactly what they need to do.
There you go. It's going to be actually the pickup coming in, as that's going to be the trade 1-for-1. Osmo still able to dash away with the Feather Airstrike coming in, is able to zone away some members from Malvinas, but the Holy Healing comes in to get that additional sustain. And there you have it once again. Malvinas come out on top by isolating every single member, getting the pickoffs, and now they are already starting up this Lord, although they won't commit to it. This is a good sign for Malvinas. They are still alive.
It's still a trade though. Alien for Harley. Malvinas won that because Alien just puts on so much for the table. He offers so much damage, so much control, sustainability for Bedel. So if Malvinas keeps doing this, if Malvinas keeps on finding these targets the right way, Yunshi and Paranoid are secondary threats. It's really Bedel's willingness. If you're able to take the fight out of the kid, then you're winning. It's not taking the kid out of the fight.
I agree with that, man. Taking the fight out of the kid right now is, again, Bedel trying their best to get the pressure done. But Malvinas, they have this pick potential that is just so huge that Bedel, they're really scared to go to the side lanes. They're really scared to get picked up, and that's exactly what Malvinas wants to do. Play the map with the pressure that they have, with the utility that they have from the Mountain Shocker and that Abyssal trap from Harley.
I feel the paradox that Bedel is in. Because one, yeah, they want to open up the rest of the map. But two, if they do that, they would be so much easier to pick off. Because we're at the point where it's Harley and someone, or Steffi and someone, that's an automatic kill. That's the level of firepower that Malvinas is playing with right now. That being said, where does the paradox come in is because if you do split up, or if you do ube too much, you open up the free lord.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and looking at just talking about the lord take and how important it is, it has been reset so many times to the point now where it reaching 12 minutes, which means that the lord will have that jump, which is badly needed. Makes it even more crucial to secure that lord for both teams. We were talking about how good it is, how easy will it be when it comes to just the ease of execution for of Bedel, because they have the Yuzhong ultimate, they have Farsa, they have Kofra. All good team fights all over for the side of Bedel. But once Malvinas force them to commit those ultimates, like for example the Black Dragon form, or maybe the Tyrant's Rage, if that is used too early for the side of Bedel, Malvinas can just take over. And they have the glue for perfect peeling. They have so much damage from Beatrix and Yi Shin, so that the stuns can be set up. Imagine this, the glue goes for the grab, and you go for an immediate arrow afterwards from very long distance. You can go for that setup and then just take down the members of Bedel one after another.
And it doesn't even have to be in that order. You can actually start with the arrow and then catch them with the grab, or face check into a holy baptism, go for the grab. So now we see the fruits of their labor. Malvinas, they sowed and now they reap. Or they reaped and now they sowed. One or the other. But basically, they drafted for a difficult early game, and now we're in the mid game. It's theirs to lose.
Yeah, both teams, honestly, they have an equal chance of winning this game right now. We mentioned earlier, Wolf mentioned earlier that Bedel has a strong composition, right? I completely agree with that, but so far, Malvinas, they've been putting up a very good fight, you know? There's so many crazy, intense moments where it looked like Bedel was the one to win the team fight, but Malvinas with a turnaround, with the crazy positioning. We saw just now Adrian with the Beatrix. Did you see that what happened when he was waiting in the purple buff? That was just so intelligent by the 15-year-old boy, the Wonder Boy, coming in from Latin America.
Yeah. I'm scared to say that Malvinas can itemize easily against Bedel. This is one thing that maybe we didn't talk about much. If we're looking at Bedel, the spread of damage is just mainly on physical now. Looking at Rogers, very physical. Clint and Yuzhong. Yeah. Only Farsa is the magic damage source for Bedel. That's why you can see Malvinas just doubling down on Antikyras. And I think that they have two Antikyras already available on both Glue and the Rafaela. Yeah. It's perfect. Now for Bedel, what they can do is go for anti-heal. I think that I saw Dominant Ice. Maybe go for Durance eventually for the Farsa. As if you're looking at the Malvinas, all of their composition is now based on sustain. That's true for Glue. That's also true for the Rafaela in general. So these are the items that we might be looking for when we look into the game as we resume. Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see how both of the teams play out the rest of the game. Obviously, entering the mid-game, there's going to be a lot of pressure turned back and forth. This is where Malvinas will be able to get some more turrets on the board. And with that, will it be enough to control the map with their utilities that has been set up all the way from the draft? But now, let's just get straight into the Land of Dawn once again. 13 minutes in the game, and we have a 6-7 scoreboard with Bedel leading 3,000.
Taking the fight out of the kid doesn't seem to be the answer, because Bedel is still putting up quite the threat. And they're still finding the farm. So that's the one thing that Malvinas cannot do. They can, yes, control where Bedel can go now, at least this time around. It's as 50-50 as it gets. Map is red and blue at the same time. But when you're talking about farm, they're just so good at keeping Yunshi safe. That might be the key here for Bedel to come back around and get a better chance at taking this Lord. Make sure that Yunshi gets those hits in when it matters and not only when the fight's about to end.
Yeah. I agree with that, but the thing is, for the side of Malvinas Gaming, they have Zing, and Zing has just been so annoying for Yunshi. He hasn't been able to deal as much damage to the priority targets because of Zing. This guy, he plays the glue perfectly. He knows exactly what he needs to do on this glue. The split, the positioning, and the pressure is on for this man, and that's exactly what has been basically getting the victories for them. With Malvinas Gaming now looking for the fight. It's going to be Asmo picked up very low, as the Feather Airstrike will be able to zone away Adrian for now. Far away, very low mana. Quinn dashes in, and that's going to be Paranoid picked up on the other side of the map. Alien, though, joining up. Farway taking very low, but it's going to be the Petrify coming in. That's going to be Alien picking up the kill. Going in for more right now as MVG Sing comes back in to try to defend. Yunshi finally gets the free hits he wants, but in the end, it's only a 1-for-1.
Difficult but worthy trade, I'd say. Paranoid for Quinn, yeah, that's a jungler for a mid laner, but Paranoid on the far side is super important. I don't think they're done. Sing, just putting up a perimeter. You will not take me. You will not hurt my cores. And I want to talk about Adrian. You saw earlier how he dashed forward. That's the difference between Adrian and Yunshi. Yunshi is just going to try to clean up, while Adrian's not afraid to get his hands dirty.
Absolutely, but wait a minute, the damage they've used a lot of resources there onto Osmo. That might be a very fatal thing to do. It's going to be Alien in the backside doing a lot of damage. Estefe will be next on the chopping block. That's going to be Adrian taken down. The killing spree picked up, and Harley is going to be next on the chopping block now in a 1v1. Alien versus Quinn. The stun comes up, and Quinn will be able to pick up one, but at what cost? 4 of his members, 4 of his teammates has been taken down with the Lord as well.
4 for 1 plus a Lord. That's worth it. Alien, help. Alien, your sacrifice is appreciated. And now, Bedel is looking at least a single lane penetration. At least one inhibitor is going to go here if they do it right. Or at least clean up the rest of the map. They're back in control one more time. It's like this game was directed by Ridley. It's back and forth.
Yeah.
It's back and forth.
Twist after twist after twist. As right now, it's going to be Adrian caught out once again. He's going to get taken down as Harley tries to do some damage. Holy Baptism connects onto 2, but far away. Dashes in onto Quinn. By the airstrike to finish him off as Harley jumps in for the kill once again. Paranoid gets picked up. Far away looking for another kill on the board. It's going to be the mega kill picked up as Sing goes into the backside. Still able to take a lot of damage. Goes in onto Far away. Still able to dash away, but the Slime connects onto 2. Far away still able to run away for now as the Lord is marching down the base. And 3 inhibitor turrets have been taken down. Sing going in the 2v1, still able to withstand the damage, but for how long? Far away still gets out, not for long. Sing takes him down, but Bedel, that's the name of the game with the Lord coming in. It is going to be the base taken down with additional emotes to BM, but man, that was a great game.
Oh, BM being just not the case here. I believe it's more of a hello, welcome, this is Turkey.